Hello, good people. It's Kenneth Latimer again. Now, during this upheaval time that we're going through in the country, where um, race tensions are very high and at its peak, um, I want to speak about three things: racism, trust, and religion. I'll speak on those three things, okay? I'm not going to speak long. I'm just going to touch on these areas and then I'm gonna move on because I don't want it to be long. I just want to touch on them. If you agree, fine. If you don't agree, fine. You can hit me up on a post. You can comment, whatever. We can have further conversation. However, I'm gonna start with the word racism. All right, let's think about this word, racism. Now, at the root of this word, the word race. That's the root of the word race. Now, race means that you have two people on a starting line, and the gun fires, and they take off and they race. Okay, they're starting at the same spot. Now, if they're not starting at the same spot, that's not a race. But if they're starting at the same spot, then they take off, that's a race. This is the reason why I say black people cannot be racist. We can be prejudiced, but we can't be racist. Because white folks have never started at the same line that we started at. They've never started at the same line. They're always 20, 30, 40 steps ahead of us before the man shoots the gun. And half of the time, the man that's shooting the gun is a white guy. The guy that's calling the race at the end is a white guy. So even if we got close to something, it'd be something going on where, oh no, you had to do this and do that. So the race is not even from the start. So that's why I say we can't be racist. We can be prejudiced as hell. I'm prejudiced. But you can't blame us for being that. Simply because you haven't given us a reason not to be. So when white people say, I'm a racist, I go, really? Racism is the control of another's group's well-being, well-being financially, socially, and economically. That's where that racism comes into play. Because if you have control of somebody's finances, their social well-being, and their economics, then you are oppressing a person. Again, the race. You are already up here. I'm still back here trying to catch up. I can't catch you, and if I do, and if I start doing the very same thing to you, then yes, I can be racist. But for all of these centuries that black folks have been in America, we have yet to have catch up with you, let alone pass you. So you're in control of all the finances, economics, and social well-beings. So only you can be the racist. I can just be prejudiced towards you. Now getting to the second subject, which kind of blends into this subject, trust. I had a young lady that I was having a discussion with, and she was like, why do black people hate white folks? Why do you hate white folks? for the stuff that happened in the past. We weren't making y'all slaves, and we didn't do this, and we didn't, this here and that. And I'm like, okay, okay. I understand what you're saying. No, you didn't. However, all during the course of history, y'all have not given us a reason to trust y'all. I'm not saying we hate all white people or that I hate all white people. No. I'm just saying I don't trust white people. I've had, and I'm sure there's a lot of black people out there that can attest to this. I've had white people that I thought were cool. Maybe even went to school together, and I thought they were cool, and we have conversations, they this and they that. And yeah, man, we have good conversation and this and that and this and that. But during this element of racial upheaval that we're experiencing here in this country, I start seeing the posts that they are posting, the comments that they lay on Facebook and Twitter and TikTok. I start seeing those, and then that makes me go, whoa, maybe I did underestimate you. You're one of those closet racists. You want black people to like you, and you want to hide your racism until somebody triggers it in you. And then it jumps out. It's there, but somebody triggers it in you, and it jumps out. And that's what I'm believing. Again, a lot of black people are probably seeing during this time. We're seeing a lot of white people that we thought were cool posting some crazy stuff that is racist as hell. So again, it's not that we do not or hate, or I keep saying we, but I'll say I. It's not that I hate white people. It's just that you haven't given me a reason to trust you since day one. Now, I gave her this analogy. She understood it. I said, if you take a bear, and bears are pretty docile. Bears really want to get out your way. A lot of times they some big rascals and they can do you harm, but they really kind of want to get out your way. However, humans aggressively attack bears. Humans aggressively kill bears for their fur, their nails, whatever thing that they feel they can make money off of. Humans aggressively kill bears. So, now when a bear see a human, and you're standing there and you're taking a picture, oh, it's a cute bear, and you're taking a picture, and the bear jumps on you, no, you personally didn't do anything to the bear. But bears are not trusting of humans. That bear is not looking at whether you're white, brown, green, orange, or purple. He knows you're a human, and he knows what he has gone through in his years of living with humans. So he's going to attack you. I hope she understood that analogy. I'm hoping everybody else do too. Again, it's not that I hate you, it's that I do not trust you. There's been some things that white folks has done in the past and to this very day that, you think you can trust them. You go, okay, they cool. And then when push come to shove, the black man, they sneaking and telling on you. Next thing you know, you lose your job. Or they call the police on you. The black man did this. Next thing you know, here come the police. And you know what that can lead to. Next thing you know, this here is happening. And you thought they were cool. So, It's a trust factor, and I'm not asking any white person to trust. I'm not asking y'all to earn trust from me. I'm not asking for y'all to, you know, prove how trustworthy you are. No, I'm not asking you to do anything. If you're a good person, you're doing good things in the neighborhood, you're being kind to people, and you are within your very essence, you are a good person. You don't have to prove anything to me. Do what you are doing. Do what you are doing. Again, you telling me don't make me trust you. You telling me the long list of things that you did don't make me trust you. I don't care if you got, and this is what she said. She said, uh, I've got a black husband, my husband's black, and my daughter's black. So you expect my husband and daughter not to trust me because I'm white? I said, I ain't got nothing to do with your family and how they do things. I have nothing to do with that. That's between y'all to figure out. I'm telling you where I'm at. So, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't even want to talk about your family. Okay? I don't even want to talk about that. So, again, like I said, it's simply about trust. Trust is something that you don't tell people you have, or that you can trust me. Trust don't do like that. Trust is something that, again, you earn it, a person has it for you, or they don't have it for you. And only the person that don't have it for you, only they can figure out when they should trust you. If a man cheats on you 15 times and you marry him and divorce him and marry him and divorce him, and he's constantly cheating on you every time, after a while you're going to figure out, I can't trust this man. So, again, he can't earn your trust. You'll have to figure it out. Now, she also asked me about, because she says she's a very religious lady, and she says, God don't want us to hate. God don't want us to be angry toward one another. And, okay, I agree with that. God don't want that. God don't want that. God says forgive. He ain't say nothing about being dumb. He ain't say nothing about being dumb. He says forgive your fellow man. I can forgive you all day long. I'm not going to be stupid enough to hang around you too much. There's a Bible verse, and I'm using it for this context, okay? I'm not saying this is the definite meaning of this verse, but I'm going to use it for this context. There's a Bible verse that says, when a man, you can't get a man to receive you, when you can't get a man to receive you, the Lord says, dust the sand off your feet and move on. And move on. So, I'm using this in the element of, okay, black people, we can't get these white people to get us, to catch us. Some say they do, some say they don't, whatever. But if they're not receiving us, then we need to dust the sand off our feet and move on. Okay? Now, I'm going to hit this spirituality thing real quick, and then I'm going to call it a day. I'm not only saying this for black people, but yes, this has a lot to do with black people. Black folks, why are we cherishing a religion that was taught to us by the very people that held us in bondage? Why are we cherishing a religion from the very people that taught it to us? Those were the people that put us in bondage. Do we not think, because the King James Version and the majority of the versions of the Bible were written by white men, and they used that as a sense of controlling their slaves? Because they quick to throw out that verse, God says the slaves should mind their owners. They're quick to throw that out there. They've been throwing that out there for a long time. They use the very words in that Bible to keep us underfoot. But we were taught this for generations, because when we came over here on the boat, our God that we had in Africa, we came over here and they made us learn that religion. Whether it's Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, they made us learn that. And as we learned it, we passed it on down to our youngers and our youngers and our youngers. Now it is such an embedded thing in our brain now that we are scared to question it. I am an ordained minister and have been for about 15 years now. God don't want us to act like robots and just follow stuff. We ask him, and I ask him all the time about this. And I come up with, we should not be holding fast to these religious things that are out there. The Baptists, the Methodists, the Catholic. Those are sects. That's what those are. Like I have always said, spirituality is between you and God. Religion is between you, the man in the pulpit, and what everybody sees. No. That's why that is religion, and spirituality is something different. I tend to practice spirituality now, because I knew religion wasn't gonna get me anywhere. So I practice being spiritual, my relationship between me and God. And that's the only person that really matters. How I look when I go to church don't matter. How much I tithe when I go to church, that don't matter. How I get up and pray, or whether I'm in the choir, or on the usher board, or the deacon board, or doing all that, whether I'm on all of them, that doesn't matter. All of those are regulations for religion. Regulations for spirituality, only you and God know. God knows what he's regulating you to do. You know what you should regulate yourself to do. So that's why I'm not fooling with that religious stuff. I'm a spiritual man. God knows me, and nobody else has to. Well, that's about all I'm going to give you for today. I appreciate your time listening. in this time that we're in, I want everybody to be strong, be healthy, be careful, and continue to make your voice heard. Vote, 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 and vote. Thank you very much for your time. This is Kenneth Latimer. Peace.